just pointed at my wheelchair and he said, Mama, mujhe bhi ye chahiye so that my legs don't pain. And this bomb got angry. How can you ask for such a thing? This is not something good. We are planning our all India trip. Just before this trip, I had 2 major surgeries. This elephant is blind. Disability is also there in animals. Entire trip was called Beyond Barriers Incredible India Tour. We were just going to get into the Brahmaputra wet.
Today we have with us Sunita Sancheti, a second generation entrepreneur at Nirav International and a disability advocate. We're going to learn about her journey so far and what lies ahead. So let's get into it.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Thank
What
you.
about you?
I am well. We have been shooting all day, so I'm a little tired, but I'm very excited for this conversation.
Yeah, we have always had good conversations even during our walks
Yes.
and our dinner.
Definitely.
That's nice.
But yeah, like now I'm going to be able to explore another side of you, which we haven't so far. So hopefully it will be, insightful and engaging.
Yes, 100%. I have wonderful stories always, you know that.
That's true. I can vouch for that. So, actually want to first start with your profession.
Okay.
You are a second generation businesswoman and you entered your family business of Sancheti Polyplast when not a lot of women were entering, these businesses. So what was that journey like for you?
Actually, what happened was when I was thinking of getting into my family business, my brother already had his role in sales, purchase, production. Dad was taking care about finance, accounts, and of course investments. So I was wondering, if I step in, what am I going to give to the business? It should just not be that, okay, because it's a family business, I'm going there. So it was a big step for me to get in. So once I went there, I realized that the groundwork, which is the most important thing, is not happening. Like, having documents at one place, taxation, and, the interaction between the staff and the owners, the employers and the employees have to be on the same page. But many a times, that thing of, how do we talk? How do we communicate? How do we tell this is the issue was there. So with me entering into the business, I gave them that ease that, boss, I don't know anything. So now y'all are the ones who will guide me. So they really felt good and they encouraged me. And I have no official degree as such. So after I came back from UK, like I had spine injury when I was 16. I went to UK for my rehab when I was 26. So those 10 years when I was at home, I realized that, I'm financially, physically, emotionally dependent either on my friends, family members, caretakers. So that is the time I felt it's okay. There will be a time where I will still grow. So my rehab after UK gave me wings. I was physically independent. But that thing of financially being independent was still missing. So we started looking out for places which were accessible where I could work. So luckily, one of Dad's friend, he's a chartered accountant, he welcomed me.
Okay.
Yeah, and the name of the firm is Mehta Kothari. So they welcomed me and there I started actually with the groundwork of filing documents. I used to feel bad. I used to feel, oh my God, what type of a work they're giving? Is it because I'm not qualified? But then slowly I started learning how to prepare balance sheets, how to get into small important details of accounts. I learned about taxation. And I realized degree is important, but practical knowledge really makes a difference. And I've been very lucky. My parents have always been that, whether you need to do or you don't need to, you should learn everything. So even before my spine injury, when I was just a teenager, I used to go to banks to make demand drafts, remove cash, do all the accounting with Dad. So I had the basic knowledge. So that helped me. So I think, our parents, they always have that foresight, I feel, and they are always right that you should know everything. So that really helped me. So, when I got into my own family business, I realized, oh, I know this, and now I can handle all these things. So that was the start, and that was the beginning of getting into family business.
And what's it like? I don't know anything about the plastic industry. So, from an outsider's perspective, if you had to give us a very, very general overview, what is it like?
Actually, Akanksha, what happens is people think either plastic is good or either it is bad. Like it is black or white.
Yeah.
But no, it's not that way. In our day to day routine, we use so many things of plastic which are very much important and required. Like, suppose if it is a toothbrush, just imagine it has to be of plastic.
Yeah.
So, that is something which is very important. The main problem I feel is that we do not know how to manage plastic. There is no awareness about how to dispose it, how to recycle it. Like, we are into machine waste recycling. There are many industries that print plastic bags. There could be color variation, there could be printing errors, there could be any type of size variations. So all that gets into waste. So we are the ones who take that waste and reproduce that into granules. And those granules are again used into making different items like molds. And like now you must have heard that PET bottles, they make denims. They use it for the roads. So plastic is not bad. Only thing is, we do not know. There is no awareness. In our country, we do not, understand the importance of awareness of things. But one thing is said and it has to be followed. Single-use plastic, yes, it is totally harmful. But then that also is banned, but still in use. So you can understand how it is. But plastic is an important part of our life, and it is very important how we dispose it and how we reuse it.
You are a person with disability, but you've never let that stop you from having a fulfilling personal or professional life. So, is that a conscious statement that you're making to destigmatize, this entire conversation around disability, or is it just who you are as a person?
Like, every day in the morning when I wake up, I don't make that conscious effort of proving myself. I feel who I am. I'm just using an equipment to make my day-to-day life easy. Because of my disability, I need to use a wheelchair. There could be someone who needs to use a cane. There could be someone who needs to use a crutch or a caliper. But then that is only to make their day-to-day life, more effective and normalized. So that is the reason, I don't think I have made that extra effort. Yes, initially it was a challenge. When all of a sudden you are having a happy-go-lucky life, and all of a sudden when life comes to a standstill, you realize, oh, what next? So, means I'll not say that I've never got upset, I never got frustrated, because as I mentioned earlier, like 10 years I was at home, learning, doing physio, but then of course that thing was there, that I need to be myself, whatever said and done. And I'm very lucky, I have supportive family, friends, and caretakers. Means each and every person who has come in my life has been very supportive. So, you feel, okay, nothing has changed. The entire environment is just in your favor. So, let us live our dreams. That is what is important, I feel. So, yes, not taking a conscious effort, but yes, a lot of struggle and a lot of effort.
And then once you sort of established yourself, you also, did a lot of work for advocating for the rights of disabled people in India, whether it's through infrastructure or, or helping individuals with whatever it is they need to kind of transition into this life. So I'm sure like through this journey, you've seen a lot of the dark side of humanity, or the sort of the negative side of people in general and their outlook towards disability. So, can you tell us about that?
Uh, Sometimes I feel it is that not people do it intentionally. It is just because they are not aware. Of course, there would be instances where people have, not realized and have not followed the etiquettes. But then basically, it is like people are not aware. I just want to share one small example which has happened with me. Like one day I was walking in a lobby, getting towards the elevator. There was a mother and son, they were walking besides me. The son must have been 3 or 4 years old and he was tired. He looked tired. So he just pointed at my wheelchair and he said, Mama, mujhe bhi ye chahiye so that my legs don't pain. And his mom got angry. She is, how can you ask for such a thing? This is not something good. And I was thinking, the better way is to explain to him why a person is using a wheelchair. Because tomorrow maybe his grandparents may need to use. So when they use, even he may feel, oh, they are using something which is not good. So which is a very wrong impression. And second thing I feel is, people are not aware of what communication should we do with a person with disability. So many a times, earlier, when I used to go out, the only question people used to ask me, hi, how are you? How is your health? And they could not understand what further conversation should be made. I would prefer if person asks me, oh, which movie did you see last night? Did you check out on this restaurant? Have you traveled recently? What is going on in your work life? So, these are the questions where people can converse. People can make that person feel comfortable. So, that is missing. People have to be aware. Like when I went for my rehab to UK, the first thing that they asked me was, hi beautiful, you have come from India so far. What is the reason? Because you were doing rehab there too. So I told them that the only reason for me to come to UK is I want to get independent. I want to live a so-called life which any other person lives. Live my dreams. So they said, this is the answer we are looking at. If you would have told me that I want to go back home walking, we would have sent you first for mental therapy and then physical therapy. And the best part over there is when they see you, they don't call you a patient. They call you a client. They say, we are giving you service and you are a client. So, the feeling of you are being respected so much as a person gives you so much of being, wow, I am a person who can live my dreams. So, that is where I started thinking more positively and got into, yes, and felt. And there, when I was doing my rehab, there was one day in a week, they used to take you out on the streets where you had to manage ramps, get into banks, go to malls, do shopping and all those things. That is the time I realized it is not the wheelchair that is the culprit. It is the infrastructure which is the culprit. That is not making me independent. Once the infrastructure and the attitude of people is in place, I will be independent. So I think that is how I feel, that there is a better picture if people change their attitude and a better infrastructure. So that, people's way of looking at you will only change. So that ugliness will just wipe off.
And whenever we are hanging out or we are catching up, I always think that I'm talking to one of my girlfriends and we're talking about the latest gossip and latest whatever TV show is on. So it's really upon you as to how normal you can make it, and it's definitely the responsibility is two ways for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And also when you talk about the work that you do with differently abled people, there's a transition that a person goes through in terms of even the paperwork is different, or like, enrolling for a voter ID or an Aadhaar card is different. So, when you are counseling people who have just transitioned into this phase of their life, what does that journey look like?
That journey is very difficult because first thing is acceptance. It is very difficult for the person and the family members and friends to accept that okay, the life is going to change for sure. So we take one step at a time. First we just interact, we just talk, we just make them feel comfortable with us. When they start opening up with their issues, that is the real time when the counseling starts. Because many a times, they talk to you for a few days and then they stop calling you because they feel that, okay, she is so independent, she has reached that level, I don't know when I will reach that level. So they get again into their shell. So we have to take that extra effort of, trying and calling them, taking them out. Because in spine injury, many people may not be aware. We lose our sensations. We lose our sensations of bladder, bowel. So we are not aware. So, going out in public is a big no for them because they feel very inferior. Like now, after so many years of my spine injury, I can talk about it so vocally. But when you are newly in spine injury, you can't. People are still not aware about the terms of paraplegic and quadriplegic. Paraplegic is somewhere when you are not able to use your body from D4, D5 level, and your sensation and motory losses from that level. And C is quadri, where you can't even use your hands. You need someone who will feed you. And the reasons for spine injury are multiple. It could be an accident. It could be a fall when your building is constructed. Dahi handi is a big example where people fall from up and they have spine injury. Earthquakes, terrorist attacks, football, means any sports. When you fall on your back, you may just hurt. So there are multiple reasons. But then, the acceptance takes a lot of time. Even for me, it took a lot of time. I will not say that, on the second day only I was very charged up. Nahi, theek hai, jo ho gaya, so ho gaya. It was not that way. Because you have to learn. Like it is, you are again a newborn baby and you have to train yourself with bladder timings, bowel timings, your even drinking of water. You have to time yourself. Like suppose I have to go to town and there is no accessible washroom in the midway. I have to plan when I will drink water last so that I don't need to pee. So it is a difficult phase. And this is how, we talk to people that, I went there, and I drank water at that time, so that they realize, it is very normal to do that. It is very normal to be at home initially, learn, have good physio, learn all the rehab techniques. And it's sad, in India still, we do not have very good rehab centers. So these rehab centers are a big requirement for all of us because we do not know what type of a rehab we will need when. So good rehab centers, and again accessibility.
Yeah.
That is my favorite topic, I feel, because like today when I entered this building, I was so happy. I didn't have to ask for help from anyone. It was just, I got down from the car and I could easily walk towards the elevator and then walk into this room. So that type of accessibility is required. So that whenever, even if I have to go for a movie, I don't have to make 10 phone calls. भैया आपके वहाँ सीट तक wheelchair जाती है? That I don't want. And recently we are planning a trip to Pondicherry. We called up in a hotel and we asked them that on the site it is saying wheelchair accessible. So can you send us a photograph or a video of the room so that we can plan it better? They said, Madam, चिंता मत करो, हमारे पास wheelchair है, हम free में देंगे. So this is the answer still we get.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we have a long way to go.
Yes, we
definitely.
do have a long way. But international also, roll-in showers are not there everywhere. So for that also, like my friends went to Japan, they had to do a lot of research. Even when I went to Switzerland, it was a lot of hard work of finding an access. Of course, public transport over there is too good.
Yeah.
We are still lacking in that. Like the newly Vande Bharat trains, they have two coaches, the 14th one and the 4th one, C14. Those coaches are accessible, but the distance between the railway platform and the coaches is not accessible. They have an accessible toilet in the train, which is again a very big plus point because when you're traveling, you may have to go for nature's call. But the thing is, how do you get into that? So we are working on that. So there is a long way to go and a lot of work to be done.
And since we're, talking about just life being, living your life to the fullest, one aspect that you have, one actually arena that you have conquered is your All India trip. And we have to hear it from you because no matter how many times I hear this story, it's still one of my favorites. So over to you.
Actually this happened all of a sudden. I had my knee fractured. So I was in for rest for 3 months. So I was just talking to one of my friends, Arvind, and I told him, yeah, it is very boring. What do I do full day? So he said, Arvind and Nishant both told me that we are planning our All India trip. And we need someone who can plan the entire road trip. I had never read Google Maps to that detailing. You just put it up on your phone and you're checking, that's a different thing. But planning the entire India trip by road through Google Maps was something which I had never thought of. So when he told me, I just mentioned to him, see, I'm doing it for the first time. So he said, yeah, everything is first time, so learning begins here. And I thought, yeah, wow, something new to learn. Yeah. So let me explore. So I started, okay, how many kilometers can we travel and all those small nitty-gritties. And you know how girls are. They have to share everything with their best friends. So I spoke to Neenu about it and I told her, Arvind and Nishant are planning to go for an All India trip. So Neenu jumped and she said, Sunita, let us join. I said, let us give it some time because it's still in the planning process. Because I'm a person who, decides whatever has to be done. I do a lot of thinking. Like it was going to be a 3-month trip. So I knew that it was the first time that I would be traveling without my family member. It will be first time that, I'll be with so many new people and, new beds every day, packing, unpacking every day. And just before this trip, I had 2 major surgeries. So my parents were also hesitant that how will you manage? But of course, we told them much later after the entire planning was done. So I told Neenu that let's plan and then take a call later whether we want to join or we don't want to. But then of course, when I started planning, every day I was seeing the road map and every day I was searching for those places. And when you see on Google, our country looks so beautiful. So that was very tempting. I said, okay, let's join. So then I told Arvind and Nishant, when we are traveling across India, why don't we travel with a mission and a vision? Neenu and myself, we had this dream that we should travel for accessible tourism and checking out on universities which are accessible for persons with disability. Because many of us would like to pursue higher education. So if we have that type of a list, we'll be, quite helpful for those people. So it was decided and then we started planning. And then finally on 28th September 2011, we left from Mumbai for our All India trip. So it was 84 days, 19,000 kilometers, covering 28 state capitals
Wow.
and 40 cities.
But I will get into the trip. But before that, the most crucial step, how did you break it to your families and what were their apprehensions? And I'm sure you must have been met with a lot of resistance of क्यों करना है, करना भी है कि नहीं करना है.
So actually, my nephew and niece, Neerav Disha, they knew when I was planning. And Neerav said, Bua, सोच लिया है तो चले ही जाना. I said, yeah, but I need permission. Then I spoke to my brother, and he was, even if you want to do full India, do east once, do west, do north, do south. Don't do entire thing together. So I told him, boss, now the entire planning is done, and we are doing all at one stretch. So they were a little reluctant about we going to northeast because the roads over there, the terrain is very hilly, and entire it is like the zigzag is so bad that even when we traveled, only 3 people were there who did not vomit. Otherwise, each and every person, like we had a team of 16 people with drivers, caretakers, and we 4 friends. So each one of them vomited. It was that bad. But we had decided that no, we will do. And that was something which was very interesting, I feel, that okay, you can do it. So, like, coming back to the trip, at places, it was so good. Like Tripura, they declared us as national guest, state guest, sorry. So it was so nice. Oh wow, they're declaring us a state guest. And then they invited us to the governor's house. And the entire team of 16 people of us were sitting with the governor and having lunch. So that was something, which really made us feel that, okay, we are doing something very different and something which could be helpful for the government and for the persons with disability. Because when I talk about this mission, it is like suppose tomorrow if I have to travel, you'll find very few people who will be doing solo traveling when it comes to disability. It will be group of people. So when it comes to economy, the country will benefit. And there are so many foreign tourists who want to come to our country, but they can't because of lack of accessibility. And of course, attitude. That is the main thing. So we thought this trip will really help in developing economically and even for tourists, like destinations which are only relying on tourism. For those people, this will get growth for the local people. So it was fun. It was a lot of learning, and we tried local food, which generally when we go with our families, we stay in 5 stars, and we are, not that keen about traveling, going and having Indian cuisines. But of course, like in Orissa, we had Orisi food, and they managed to even have veg food because we are pure veg. So, that was also something like everywhere you can find vegetarian food, I felt.
Yeah,
So
India, like that, it's a vegetarian's
Yeah.
heaven. So, in your All India trip, what was the highlight for you personally?
Personally, Ladakh trip.
Wow.
That was something, which was not there when we planned the entire itinerary. So actually we just launched the entire event of Beyond Barriers Incredible India Tour. This was the name of our journey of 84 days. So when we launched it on Facebook, we got many calls welcoming us. And of course there were few negative ones, that's okay. So we were just looking at the positive ones. So there was this team which is working in Ladakh in making places accessible. So they insisted that you all have to visit Ladakh. So, we had to squeeze in and the team had to get divided. Like Neenu and myself, we went to Ladakh. Arvind and Nishan, they went to Amritsar and Kashmir. Because if the entire team would go, the number of days would extend and it was not feasible. So that is the time, we went to Delhi, and from Delhi we flew. Of course, all the rules and regulations were followed, but it is beautiful. And when we went, it was October, and I went to Pangong on a full moon day. So that memory, that entire scenario, and it was just lovely. Means till today I can just visualize it.
Wow.
And if given a chance,
Yeah.
if God wishes, I would like to go again to Ladakh for sure. And of course, there were many places, which we felt like, they are so ahead in time. Like we went to Gujarat, they had a Garba celebration because it was second day of Navaratri. We left on first day of Navaratri, so we reached there on the second day of Navaratri. So that day they had organized Garba for persons with disability. Can you just guess how many people were there?
I got 30, 40.
More than 300 people.
Wow.
And out of that, there must be at least 100 couples who were disabled, where the parents and the in-laws are taking care of the kids. It was such a nice scene.
Wow.
And like in 2011, a wedding for a person with disability was a big no-no. We had not heard about it.
Yeah.
And Gujarat, we were just so happy to see that scene. And the best part was even the parents, the in-laws, the sister-in-laws, everybody was, supporting them to live a good married life. So that was something which was very encouraging. And this was just on the second day of a trip.
Yeah.
So we were very excited. Oh wow, which all, new things we'll be able to see and explore.
And to witness it in person is
Yes.
an entirely different experience. I mean, sure, you can read about it and see it online. Maybe that'll feel good, but yeah, that excitement that you feel in person, unmatched for sure.
100%. So that was something which we really enjoyed. And there were instances, like we had a uniform. The entire team had a uniform. And we went to Raipur and we were sitting in a restaurant and having lunch. And there is this gentleman and he walks and he says, "आपकी पूरी family को disability है क्या?" So, we have had these type of experience also. So, but of course, it's okay. That is how people are. So, I think we laughed on it, and still that one statement remains as a memory. So I think it's okay.
Yeah. All the things that you said about acceptance and attitude, like that you saw in motion through this trip.
Yes, 100%.
You have this beautiful memento of a coffee table book, which you published and distributed amongst family and friends. So talk us through that.
So, as I mentioned, this entire trip was called Beyond Barriers Incredible India Tour. You can see here, we are like in the car and the car is on the boat. So this was in Assam and it was such a nice dry ride, I should say. I don't know what it was. Like there were hundreds of people on that boat and we were traveling together. In this, you can see all three cars of us with Beyond Barriers, banner on it and all that. So it was fun, and this is the entire map, how we traveled, from which place to which, and this is the entire index, whichever place you want to check out on. This is where the initial idea generated, and then of course this is Dharampur where we met, and this is of course Ahmedabad, as I spoke to you about the Garba night.
Yeah.
So, beautiful places. When you go through this book, you'll fall in love with it. Like every time I see, I feel, oh wow, this is what we have done. So, and we met many NGOs during our trip. So that was also something which was very different because, different NGOs, they are doing such lovely work. And we always feel, oh wow, we are doing so much of work. But no. It's not only us, there are many more people who are doing fantastic work. And this is Amritsar Golden Temple.
One of my all-time favorite places.
Yeah,
And oh my
but-
God, the food.
I have to still go to Amritsar. I have not been. It's pending.
Oh,
So we'll plan a trip together.
yes.
Then, of course, Kashmir. Beautiful. Lovely gardens. This is Bangkok. Which I was telling you. It was
the
so
full
beautiful.
moon night.
Full moon night. It was really beautiful. And like we were shivering even when we were holding the soup because it was -3.
Yeah.
It was boiling hot soup, but still, oh my God, can't imagine. But the people over there are very warm, very warm.
Yeah.
So that is what makes you feel good. That the people.
Yeah.
But I think we found good people everywhere. This is Chandigarh. Wow. This is a Diwali in Kuch Bihar. First time Diwali out without parents, without family.
Oh.
New family. This is how we decorated the lobby of a hotel.
Wow.
It was fun. I can talk about this for hours. So, this is Shillong. Wow. Cherrapunji. Highest water rainfall.
Was it raining when you went?
No,
Oh.
it wasn't. Means drizzling but not raining. Tejpur in Assam is a university which was totally accessible.
Wow.
And they had a hotel which was again 100% accessible. They had a hostel room in which they had all the facilities for male if he would want to take an admission over there, but of course not for women. I don't know why that discrimination, but yes. That was it. We met many disability commissioners during our trip.
Okay. And were they always welcoming or was it a mixed bag?
Welcoming only for that moment. Not much of work,
Yeah.
to be very honest. But I don't think that should go on camera. See, this is the boat ride that we took. And this is how our car got stuck. And we were just going to get into the Brahmaputra. But
Oh.
God was great. We had police protection. See, this is how we traveled. This is the entire boat, and there are hundreds of people. There are bikes. This is such a big boat. It was fun, and the tanning over there is so bad
Yeah.
that it doesn't go.
At all. But some souvenir is necessary from a
Yeah.
vacation.
Yes, yes, such a big vacation.
Yeah.
They don't have ports. They have just these wooden planks on which your car moves. I don't know why. I'll show you a photograph of an elephant where this elephant is blind.
Oh.
So disability is also there in animals.
Yeah.
But then baby elephant was blind.
Oh.
This is Kaziranga. This we had Prasadam in Imphal.
Oh. Lovely. Wow, you really got some very good receptions.
Yes, yes, very good. And we were short of diesel, and then they got in cans and then they filled it in the cars. That is also what we have done. This is Aizwal, where we had a traditional dance.
Oh, lovely.
They got our costumes for us. Kolkata. And we had family members who kept coming after 10-15 days, just to meet us and catch up with us.
Oh, that's lovely. Like in different legs of the
Yes.
trip, you had different members
Yes.
joining in. Oh, How wonderful.
And Diwali, they got all Diwali sweets for us. So that was also nice.
And as we wrap this up, I just want to know, reflecting on your journey so far, what is something that you would do differently in all of your work, your advocacy work, or your travel, or your life as an entrepreneur? In all arenas, what is something that you would tell yourself that, hey, you should do this differently?
I think everything that I do, I'm doing just the same, the way you are doing or any other person is doing.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, I take a little help of my wheelchair. Though that is the only thing that is different. So, yeah, I think I'll keep trying new things. I have a dream that I want to do skydiving. So maybe one day I do that with the help of my wheelchair. So I think there are many more things that I will just do as and when I get a chance.
And yes, we'll affirm it into existence that it will 100% happen for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for for having this conversation with us. It was very, very fulfilling.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you,
Thank
as
you.
always.